everyone, Sheek here with another Transformers review, and today I will be reviewing the Transformers Crossovers Top Gun Maverick. And as you can see, he is an F-14 Tomcat, just like from the Top Gun movie. There he's in robot mode, there's his dog tags, side of the box. Some patches from the movie, Tomcat Squadron, I guess. And then the Fighter Weapons School, looks like a metal framework or metal of like an airplane. Maverick probably coming in for a landing. Call sign Maverick, role interceptor, rank lieutenant, special skills going vertical, weaknesses jet wash, mission codename Tango Foxtrot or TF, which would be Transformer. I think that's kind of witty, kind of funny, but yeah, not too much for the, and then I guess for the internals of the box, it's like he's coming in for, maybe not coming in for a landing, but there's an aircraft carrier, runway, and then there's the ocean in the background, and then you can maybe see some of his accessories back there. But yeah, that's it for the packaging. Let's go ahead and get him out of here. Okay. Looks like, did I miss one? Did I miss some tape? Nope, I did not. Okay, there we are. Trying to be as gentle with the box as I can because kind of got this kind of sort of as a gift from my dad, but I kind of wanted to. He was okay if I reviewed it first, but I thought I might take a look at him. Or, yeah. Although this is going to, of course, come off and going to possibly mess up the box, but I don't think he cares too terribly much, because I did ask him about it first, just to be sure, because, like I said, did decide to get it for him, sort of as a gift. And depending on how I like him in this review, I might actually go ahead and order myself a Maverick. And as you can see, just like I said, fairly basic Tomcat. Looks weathered or aged because I don't know if you guys know this, but F-14 Tomcats have not been used in quite some time, so it's supposed to be kind of old at this point. And if you look on here, you can see Maverick, Goose, and then their actual names, Lieutenant Pete Mitchell and Lieutenant Nick Bradshaw. And then Northrop Grumman. Grumman was the manufacturer of F-14 Tomcats. My dad was in the Navy. When he was a kid, he wanted to fly F-14 Tomcat, so this is probably going to hold like a special place in his collection. And as you can see right here, you have his motorcycle, a volleyball from nodding to the volleyball scene, and then different hands probably for said volleyball. Let's go ahead and get these out with minimal damage, hopefully. Okay. There we are. Okay, not too much damage, and considering it's on the side like that, it shouldn't be too visible from the box. Okay. Oh, well, they stay in there quite well. So let's just go ahead and pop them out. Get them out. Oh boy. Good. Sphere. Stuck. Okay. Well, that's embarrassing. Just keeps rolling around. I don't want to go flying either. There we are. Got that out. As you can see, just very basic volleyball with a little hole for him to hold on to it with his volleyball hands, which I do believe are these right here. Just basic black hands, just open palm. Same on the other hand. And then there's his motorcycle. It's actually pretty detailed given the size. Nice red paint, black paint on this gray plastic base. I have a feeling the whole thing is gray. They just painted this red and black. Looks like they messed up the paint a little bit on his on the handlebar up here. Instead of being all black, there's a little bit of red on it, but that shouldn't be too big of a deal. And as far as I can tell, they are to scale, because, I mean, there's one person sitting up here, one person sitting back here, so at the very least, it's pretty close to scale. Obviously, this is not in scale, at least not for a human. It is for a giant robot like Maverick. Let's go ahead and set him off over here, a little further back. I guess everything back. He does come with some accessories. Comes with these fuel pods. At least I'm pretty sure they're fuel pods that turn into guns. And then, of course, he has missiles that just go up here like this. And like F-14 Tomcats do, their wings extend like that. And that's pretty much it for his jet mode. He does have some things visible, like obviously these turn into his legs. There's his arms right here. And fortunately his head isn't visible as far as I can tell in his Tomcat mode, so that's a plus. Looks like he has landing gear up here, like that. Knowing my dad, he's probably going to go ahead and paint that, the wheel black and maybe the rest of it silver, or proper metallic color at least. Doesn't look like he has any other landing gear, but considering what most toys come with, it's not too bad, and it'll help prop him up like that, or at least it'll look a little better. But yeah, that's about it for the jet mode. Here's his instructions, somewhat more colorful. As you can see, Top Gun. There he is in his jet mode, going into his robot mode. Looks like he's somewhat complex. I might give him a couple of goes before I show him on camera. And already holding him, he does feel pretty solid in his jet mode. So I am actually starting to reconsider getting him, because I mean, the main concern I had is that there's a lot of bits on him that are hollow, and that kind of concerned me, but he does feel pretty solid so far. We'll see how that changes. Alright, there were a couple of things that I didn't forgot to mention in the detail in his jet mode, is that he does have that painted on. I think it's from the flight school. And then on the back you can see there's actually molded detail on the engines. And I think, and then his head is actually right here, although his arm kind of conceals that for the most part. But yep, that's about it. Some warning labels, or some other labels, painted on. Fortunately it's not stickers, so they'd probably come off pretty easily. But yep, that's it. Time to go ahead and actually transform him. So first thing you want to do, of course, put up the landing gear, take off his missiles, take off the fuel pods, and then first thing you want to do is, after that, is to pull up his arms. Then you can go ahead and flip those up. Might want to pull that out just a little bit to give you a little bit of room. Then you want to pop this off so that you can flip this up, tab this into place up here, like that. You can go ahead and flip these down like that, like that. And then you can kind of detach his legs a little bit, not detach, but disconnect them from their pegs up here. Then you can bring this down like that. Before you bring it all the way down, though, you want to go ahead and pull his nose all the way back like this. Well, not all the way, I guess. Come on. Rest on there like that. Yeah, and then the landing gear groove goes into that little groove in there. Just pull it up all the way like that. Kind of locks into place. And I can go ahead, I guess I'll go ahead and get his feet out right now. There, you take out his heel spur like that, and then you pull out his foot like this. Second is just like the first. Pull it out, clip, hold down, then close that back up. I'm getting a lot of Veritech vibes from this guy, just the way his legs kind of look in his robot mode. I think pulling this down automatically pushes these out to fill out his chest. Although in the instructions it says to kind of pull them out, but like I said, I think they automatically get pushed out when this comes all the way down. Then you want to go ahead and rotate this, make sure it's kind of horizontal, and then rotate the whole thing all the way down to the, it's really stiff. A lot of the most of the joints on this guy are pretty stiff, which is really good. Then you go ahead and pop, extend that out like that. Might want to just make sure that it's lined up as best as you possibly can. You just straighten up like that, and there you go. Have his arms like this. I guess you can go ahead and rotate his forearms. Then you go ahead and bring them down like this. You go ahead and move this down like this over his canopy a little bit, and then you fold this back right here, and then his arms tab in right there like that, and like that. Flip up his shoulder guards, shoulder pads, whatever you want to call them. And then last thing to really do, I mean, if you want to, I guess, put his wings, you can have them however you want. Since they don't go all the way up at an angle, I'd say it'd probably be best just to keep them down like this most of the time. And the last thing to do is to flip out his hands like so. And there you go. He's in robot mode. Alright, so his, let's go ahead and take a look at his face first. I was a little upset that they didn't make it look like a fighter pilot's breathing mask. I thought that would be kind of cool, but it doesn't look as bad as I thought it would. It still looks really cool with that faceplate, red for the visor, and then of course Maverick's helmet design, which I think is really cool. Definitely flashier than a lot of other Transformers head sculpts. It is on a ball joint, so it goes up and down, wiggly waggly side to side, and can rotate all the way around, and it's on a stiff ball joint. His arms can go up that far. They can do the full 360, although you kind of, the wings get in the way, so you do have to account for that. He does have bicep swivel, over 90-degree bend at the elbow. Goes, well, the only thing stopping it is this right here. Does not go back at all. Hands that only go down due to transformation. They are on a mushroom peg, so they do swivel. And then he can act, well, if it wasn't for the wings and the nose of the jet, he can do the full splits. It just looks kind of weird. His legs can go forward this far. They can go back this far. And his knees, oh boy, can go back that far, about 90 degrees. And then his feet, he does have ankle tiltage, and that's about it for his articulation. Now to go ahead and talk about his accessories. His fuel pods, like I suspected or said earlier, turn into guns. Like that. They're not super detailed, they're just the same gray plastic. Nothing super impressive, but better than no guns, I guess. Definitely not what I call a top gun. Yeah, horrible pun there. Yeah, same for both of them. And then his missiles, you don't have to store them on here, but you can store them on his back in jet mode. That same place that they go on in jet mode anyway, I'm pretty sure. That's where the fuel pods would go in jet mode. And then you just go ahead and plug them into his hands. And he has two blasters that he can use. Pretty good for a crossover, but the main thing that made me not want to get him initially is the forearms right there. They're just so hollow, so it's just so obvious. The rest of him, I mean, there's hollow bits right here, but I mean, it's on the back of the thigh, so it's not too bad. And then the legs, pretty much covered up. The only hollow part is in here, but that's because of his feet, but that's not a big deal. But yeah, really good figure. And I think I'll go ahead and actually buy one myself to add to my collection. But let's go ahead and swap out at least just one of his hands. Just pop it off the mushroom peg like that. Then just wiggle on the new hand. Wiggle on the new hand. Like this. This one's really stiff. And it looks like it can probably fit in there in his jet mode, but it won't fit this way. It'll have to be this way. And it looks like his thumb sticks out a little bit. I'd have to try transforming with it on there to see if it actually works, but it's mainly for the robot mode gimmick of the volleyball, which is a cool nod to the volleyball scene in the movie. So it's kind of cool that they decided to include that with this figure. Yeah, this has been a Sheek's Transformers review of Transformers crossovers Maverick from the new Top Gun Maverick movie. And until next time, have a good one, everyone.